Okay, awesome. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I actually, what you're doing right now, before I start this, even though I'm gonna do it real quick, I just want to say it's a very good idea, and everybody participating is doing very well with it so far. But
Sweet.
so the way it started with me, uh, as a producer, um, so I started producing when I was 13 years old. Did it in my free time with one of my good friends. He left high school. He was older than me, and he would come and chill in my house every day, and we would kind of just like kick back and forth ideas. I ended up dropping out Rolling Meadows High School when I was 15. The very next year, I went and got my GED, so that way I at least had something to show for leaving, and that I graduated. So it gave me basically 3 years of being in high school of doing nothing but making music. And so I was sitting there producing while everybody was in school learning like math and science. I just took it upon myself that, well, I already know this well enough, I guess, so I'm going to work on my music. Did that, uh, tried contacting a few labels. They told me that my music, my ideas, everything was great. I just needed to give it more time. I was too young to be signed to a label full time. So that's kind of where my story comes from. The worst thing that happened throughout those years was I probably built around a 1,500 project tracks that I was working on, and my computer crashed, and I ended up losing everything because I didn't have
What?
anything backed up. Yeah. So
When was
that
that?
really let's see, what year is it? 2020? That was 2016, 2015. Is right around when my
Okay.
computer crashed. I did have like the private tracks that I keep, and that's why I keep them private, is so that way it's a work, it's not public, but I can go back to it later. So that's why a lot of the stuff that I share is a lot of private stuff. And
Hmm.
I've had this 4 year period where I haven't been doing anything at all. So now that I'm back on it, I mean, I'm getting back to where I was. I haven't lost any of my tricks or anything like that. I'm mostly just improving now.
Nice. When was it when you were last like reaching out to labels? What age was that?
When I was reaching out to labels, that would have been 2010, maybe 2011. And then I think the last time I sent a demo to a label was 2012.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so here's what I heard. So you started producing music when you were 13. You were attending a school called Rolling Meadows High School, and you were friends with somebody who also liked working on music. So, and he was a little bit older than you. So he helped you learn how to produce music, and you like went all the way into it. Like 2 years after learning how to produce, you dropped out of high school. Um, got your GED, and then spent the next 3 years just producing essentially full time. Um, During this time, um, you started reaching out to labels and stuff like that, trying to get signed and do this for a living. But that didn't end up working out. And in fact, like a few years later, your hard drive broke and you lost over 1,500 song projects that you're working on. That caused you to kind of stop working on music for a while. And so it had been like about 4 years since that incident happened. But now you are getting back into music production, and have found that your skills remain, and you're excited to start building back up that music catalog now.
You got it, dude.